Did you have strange dreams from working? Did you have like green screens in your dreams?
Like inside green. Baby dreams with green.
Baby dreams with green?
Yeah, with green color. Like baby dreams, like babies were green.
I had a dream the first night from doing this because I never green screen in one day, you know, not like a week or something like that. And then I was having these dreams that there were life-size squirrels, like people-sized squirrels, moving the furniture around in my house. They kept moving around, and there were no windows.
In your house?
In my house.
So your house was green?
Yes, and all the windows were like on one side, and then when I went to open to look outside, it was a wall, and it was green as well.
Wow.
But this is the first time I've done an entire film all on green screen, and it's fascinating to me. I'm really interested to see how it comes out. And I really like seeing how much attention goes to lighting the actors and getting the performance out of the actors, and them knowing the background just doesn't matter right now. It just is green, and that's it. So I'm really, before working on this, I kind of thought working on green screen was kind of a threat. But actually, I'm looking at it in a new light. I'm seeing just how useful it can be, because we're still going to have backgrounds, we're still going to have set dress, we're still going to photograph, and we're just going to piece them together later. And it's just a fascinating way to work.
The hair and makeup people have done just an amazing job. And it's really, also it's just a special experience for us, I think, to be working with the green screen, which we haven't done. I haven't. I mean, I have on commercials and things, but as a designer, your designs are the most prominent thing against the green screen because there's no background, you don't know what it's going to be, and when they create those backgrounds, instead of me talking to a production designer and saying, oh, what is the color of the wall, I'll make sure I don't have that same color, or I'll make sure I do have that same color, they will be creating it around what we've already done. So that's kind of a switch.
I think it's really good. It's really funny. I like it. It seems to change a little daily too. It's only a guide. And that makes it a little more fun because everybody is very contrived. Especially Pixie and her assistants, they set the tone of that. It's just all about the little hairs for us, trying to keep the edges as clean as we can. So it's a little challenging. But it's in such a small space on the stage, it's also easier because they're not really moving that much. We had Pixie running on the tracks, I think was about the most movement we had, which is good for bouncing hair on green screen.
Action! Marco!
It's ridiculously short amount of time to do a film in, and yet they seem to be pulling it off. Just the amount of work that they get done, the amount of shots that they get. I think that also goes to not worrying about what the background is. You don't have to light the background so much. They light the actors. They shoot the actors. It makes things go like this. It's a very unique way of working compared to larger budgets where they get a handful of setups a day. Here we're getting, you know, I don't know how many pages. They must be shooting 20 pages a day. Something that's crazy.
The imagination comes into play quite a bit, which is the first tool of the actor, so that's okay. As an actor, you do your work and you try to play the truth of the moment, and the screenplay, and let the chips fall where they may.
I always think that the actor who plays the part is going to have a much better idea of the character because the director has a lot of other things to do, whereas the actor really only has to think about their character. So in that sense, I think that all the actors understand their characters far better than I do. And it's all held together by this marvelous, marvelous actor called Jacqueline Johnnet, who I worked with once before on Searchers 2.0. And Jacqueline certainly understands Pixie de la Chasse better than I do. I mean, she's running Pixie de la Chasse's MySpace page and Facebook page, and every day adds new stuff, adds new admirers, adds new friends, attaches herself to new products. So she's totally into it and understands the character in a way that I would never be able to.
very different than I am. But then once I started realizing our similarities was when I was able to really get into her. Because for a long time I was kind of judging her.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh, she's so entitled and she's so mean. She's just a bitch. She's that girl and blah, 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 and all these things in my head of judgment. And then I was like, I could be a bitch. I can be just as entitled, but about different sorts of things.
But you know what I love about Pixie? She just brings something to the party.
I like to do all those sort of nasty English people because I feel that they're not easy to do. And unless you've done a lot of Shakespeare, and I have, or unless you're a guy, you know, it's hard to do those, carry those off.
I actually replaced, truth be told, an actor who fell out at the last second who was going to play the part of Arizona Gray, which is the role that I've taken on, and Alex said, please, come and do this part. And I said, I talked to the people over at media. They said, sure, we'll cut you loose a little bit, and we worked it out.
Someone was fired or quit. That's how I got here.
My manager called me up and said that Alex Cox was doing a new movie. This was maybe a while ago, like a month ago or something. And then it all changed. Lost the financing, which meant there wasn't money. Initially there was. And, you know, can you still do it anyway for no money? A new way of making movies. Woohoo! But I like Alex Cox, and I've loved Sid and Nancy, and I loved a lot of his films. So I wanted to work with him. And I said, okay, let's just go. He is a fascinating character. He's spontaneous, and I think trusts his actors to bring him his words alive, you know, in a way that is nice. So he looks to us to, yeah, I think he trusts his actors, so that's a good thing, right?
25 years ago, I read for Repo Man. Didn't get the part, but Alex Cox told me, he'd promised me he'd use me in the future in one of his films. It's 2009, 25 years later, and he remembered me.
And action.
You have 30 seconds to vacate this property. After that, the shooting will begin.
It's a kind of a bash at our political system and a lot of political systems, but, you know, essentially I don't think that's going to resonate as much as the style of the movie, which is, I don't even know how to say it. It's absurdist, it's dizzy, it's crazy, it's surprising, it's hilarious, it's funny, it's stylish, it's girlish, you know.
I think Alex knows that about me. In fact, they used to make fun of me a lot, saying the guy with many causes. I don't have as many causes now, but I still have some causes, but not as many.